Hi students, welcome to lesson number 15, Organization, Functions and Working of Panchayati Raj Institutions, Part B. Now let us discuss about the structure and functions of Mandal or block or Panchayat Samiti. Development block or Mandal or Taluka is the second or intermediate level of local self-government in rural India. The intermediate level of Panchayati Raj system has been established in all states of India except in Goa, Manipur, Mizoram, Meghalaya, Nagaland and Sikkim. Now let us discuss about the structure of Panchayat Samiti or Mandal. Development block has been named differently in different states. These names are as under: Mandal Parishad in Andhra Pradesh and Telangana states. It is called Panchayat Samiti in Bihar, Jharkhand, Haryana, Himachal Pradesh, West Bengal, Maharashtra, Orissa, Punjab and Rajasthan. It is called Taluk Panchayat in Gujarat, Karnataka and Block Panchayat in Kerala. There is no uniform method of constituting panchayats at this level. The method followed in most of the states is a combination of direct election, indirect election and ex officio members. A specified number of members of the block panchayat are directly elected by the registered voters within the territorial limits of the panchayat on the basis of single member constituencies. All states except Arunachal Pradesh and Jammu and Kashmir have adopted direct election for part of the members of the Panchayat Samiti. Number of members of each Panchayat Samiti is prescribed by the state government. They are asked to hold their meetings at least once in 2 or 3 months. They are constituted for a term of 5 years, but the state governments have retained power in their own hands to dissolve them before the expiry of 5 years under certain circumstances, like persistent neglect of their legal duty, failure to carry out the directions of the state government, default, etc. Provision has been made in all states for the reservation of seats for scheduled castes, scheduled tribes and women. Some states like Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Karnataka, Himachal Pradesh, Gujarat, Bihar, etc. also reserve seats for backward classes and the women belonging to these classes. The seats reserved for scheduled castes and scheduled tribes is in proportion to their population in the total population of the area of the Panchayat Samiti. The seats reserved for women are 1/3 of the total elected members of the Panchayat Samiti. In several states, the reservation is carried to the offices of the chairpersons and their deputies in the Panchayat Samiti. The presiding officer of the Panchayat Samiti and his deputy are elected by the members of the Samiti from among themselves. The designations of the presiding officer and his deputy are different in different states. President and Vice President in Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Gujarat, Kerala, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh and Assam. Chairperson or chairman and vice chairman in Arunachal Pradesh, Haryana, Himachal Pradesh, Jammu and Kashmir, Maharashtra, Orissa, Punjab, Tamil Nadu and Tripura. Pramukh and Upapramukh in Bihar, Jharkhand, Uttar Pradesh and Uttaranchal. Pradhan and Upapradhan in Rajasthan. The term of office of the chairperson is coterminous with that of the Panchayat Samiti unless he resigns earlier or is removed from office either by vote of no confidence or by state government on specific grounds. The chairperson presides over the meetings of the Panchayat Samiti and is responsible for the maintenance of its records and for its financial and executive administration. He exercises administrative supervision and control over the work of the staff, its employees and its standing committees. Now let us discuss about the functions of Panchayat Samiti or Mandal Parishad. There is no uniformity among the states as regards the functions of the Panchayat Samitis. In addition to those which are specifically given to them, it is provided that the state governments or Jilla or district parishads can assign additional functions to them which they are bound to perform. Panchayat Samitis are required to supervise the working of village panchayats falling within their territorial jurisdictions, approve their budgets, coordinate the development plans prepared by them and submit them to Jilla or district panchayat so as to be incorporated in the district development plan. They prepare their own budgets for submission to the Jilla or district panchayat. The Panchayat Samiti or Black Samitis function through committees. Therefore, it is mandatory for them in all states to appoint standing committees such as General Standing Committee, Finance, Audit and Planning Committee, Social Justice Committee. Now let us discuss about the sources of revenue for Panchayat Samiti or blocks or Mandal Parishad. All state legislations provide for the creation of Panchayat Block Samiti fund like the consolidated fund of the state. All money collected by the Samiti goes into that fund. These are grants given by the state government or union government, donations received, income from properties owned by the Samiti, all taxes, fees, tolls, etc. levied by the Samiti, any share of the land revenue or taxes levied by the state government and assigned to the Samiti, part of the income of the Jilla or district parishad assigned to the Samiti, all loans raised by the Samiti, etc. Each Panchayat Samiti has to prepare its own annual budget of income and expenditure which is subject to the approval of Jilla Parishad or district Panchayat. Now let us discuss about the administrative personnel of Panchayat Samiti or block or Mandal Parishad. The executive authority of the Panchayat or block Samiti rests in the elected head, who may be called chairperson or president or adhyaksh or pramukh or pradhan. The administrative head of the Mandal or Panchayat Samiti is called executive officer or chief executive officer. Usually he is a block development officer who is ex officio of the executive officer of the Panchayat Samiti. His designation can vary in some states. For example, in Punjab, Himachal Pradesh and Haryana, he is called block development and Panchayat officer. In Telangana and Andhra Pradesh, he is called Mandal Parishad development officer. The subordinate employees of the Samiti or Mandal work under the control of the executive officer. The executive officer is also responsible for implementing the resolutions of the Taluka or block or Panchayat Samiti. If required, he has to submit the reports of the progress of works to the Samiti. He sends annual administrative report to the state government. He can attend the meetings of the Samiti or its committees, but without any right to vote therein. He maintains the records of the meetings of the Samiti and its committees. He is responsible for the proper functioning of the office of the Samiti, collection of its dues and maintenance of its accounts. The executive or chief executive officer is helped by various other block level technical and non-technical staff like education officer, rural development officer, panchayat officer, junior engineer, accounts officer, planning officer, etc. The higher level officers are appointed by the state governments and assigned to the taluk panchayats. The subordinate staff is appointed by the panchayats themselves through the district level. Rajasthan, Gujarat and Maharashtra have established panchayat services like Panchayat Samiti and Jilla Parishad service or Jilla Parishad district service. These services are recruited through separate selection boards, though the terms and conditions of these services are laid down by the state government. Now let us discuss about the Jilla or district panchayat or Jilla Parishad. Except in the state of Jammu and Kashmir, the district or Jilla Panchayat constitutes the apex body of the 2 or 3-tier Panchayati Raj institutions in the states. The Panchayat at the district level is called Jilla Parishad in most of the states, but in Goa, Karnataka, Madhya Pradesh, Sikkim and Uttar Pradesh, it is called Jilla Panchayat, and in Tamil Nadu, Kerala and Gujarat, its name is District Panchayat. The variation among the states exists about the designation of its head or presiding officer too. He is called chairman or chairperson in some states and president or adhyaksha or jilla pradhan or pramukh in others. Now let us discuss about the structure of Jilla Parishad. There is lot of similarity and only a little variation among the states with regard to the composition of Jilla Parishads or district panchayats. In all other states, part of the members are elected directly by the registered voters within the area of the district. Each state prescribes the number of members to be elected directly. The second category of members consists of ex officio members. These are member of parliament, members of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, and MLAs and MLCs if a state has upper house of its legislature. In most of the states, chairpersons of the Taluka or block or Panchayat Samitis, which is intermediate level, are also made ex officio members. In Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, 2 members of the minorities are also nominated to the Jilla Parishad. The number of members of each Jilla Parishad or district panchayat is fixed by the state government depending on several factors. As has been stated earlier with regard to the Gram Panchayats and Panchayat Samitis, there is a provision for reservation of seats for women, scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, backward classes, and women belonging to these classes not only among the members of the district panchayats but also among the chairpersons of these panchayats. The chairpersons of the district panchayats are elected heads of their respective panchayats, and they summon the meetings of these panchayats once in 2 or 3 months and preside over them. They see to it that the resolutions passed by these panchayats are duly implemented. With the help of the chief executive officers, they are responsible for the proper functioning of the offices and employees of the panchayats. Their term of office is coterminous with the term of the district panchayat, that is 5 years, unless they resign earlier or are removed earlier. The term of each district panchayat is 5 years unless dissolved earlier. In most of the states, their meeting must be held at least once in 3 months. However, in Goa, Haryana and Karnataka, their meetings must be called at least once in 2 months. Now let us discuss about the functions of the Jilla Parishad. So far as the functions of the district panchayats are concerned, there is no uniformity among the states. In some states like Andhra Pradesh and Goa, their functions are limited to supervision, coordination and guidance of the functions of the panchayats at the lower levels. In some states, they provide advice to state governments with regard to the Panchayati Raj in addition to the above functions. But in most of the states, they perform all these functions, but in addition, they are assigned development, planning, welfare activities, cultural and educational activities, activities relating to social justice and activities in functional areas like agriculture, irrigation, animal husbandry and many others which are mentioned in the case of Panchayat Samitis. Each district panchayat or Jilla Parishad functions through standing committees, which it is bound to create under the law. The number of committees is not uniform in all states, but the most common are: number 1, General Standing Committee; number 2, Finance, Audit and Planning Committee; number 3, Social Justice Committee; number 4, Education and Health Committee; number 5, Agriculture and Industries Committee. Now let us discuss about the administrative personnel of Jilla Parishad or District Panchayat. The elected chairperson is the head of the administration of the Jilla Parishad or District Panchayat. The administrative head of the district level panchayat is generally designated as the Chief Executive Officer, who is appointed by the state government. He belongs either to the Indian Administrative Service or to the State Civil Service. In a few states like Rajasthan, a separate cadre of officers such as Jilla Parishad and Panchayat Samiti Administrative Service has been created. He generally holds the rank of Additional Collector, but his designation varies in states like Executive Officer or CEO or District Development Officer. He is responsible for day-to-day functioning of the Secretariat of the Jilla Parishad or District Panchayat. He sees to it that the decisions taken by the Jilla Parishad are properly implemented and works and projects taken in hand are speedily executed. He prepares the annual administrative report to be submitted to the state government. He is responsible for the preparation of the budget and has to perform any other function which may be assigned to him by the state government. He is assisted by several officers like Finance or Accounts Officer, Agriculture and Animal Husbandry Officer, Health Officer, Education Officer, Panchayat Officer, Rural Development Officer, Executive Engineer, etc. They belong to the state service and have been transferred to work under the district or Jilla Parishad. Subordinate and supporting staff are appointed either by the state government or by the district panchayat. The terms and conditions of service of all staff of the Jilla Parishad or district panchayat are laid down and regulated by the state government. Now let us discuss about the sources of revenue for Jilla Parishads or district panchayats. The legislations of all states provide for the creation of separate Jilla Parishad or district panchayat fund, which is like the consolidated fund of the state. All monies accruing to the Parishad are deposited in it. The sources of income of the Jilla Parishad or district panchayat are: number 1, grants in aid given by the state government and the union government. Number 2, donations and incomes like rent or lease or sale proceeds of the properties of the Parishad or Panchayat. Number 3, toll, fees or cess imposed on bridges, ferries, entertainment, fairs, etc. Number 4, share of the land revenue assigned to the Jilla Parishad or district panchayat. Number 5, several states like Uttar Pradesh, Punjab, Manipur, Maharashtra, etc. have empowered them to levy taxes on any matter on which panchayats at the lower levels are empowered to do. Number 6, loans raised by it against the security of its properties. 7, contributions made by panchayat samitis or any other local authority. There is a provision for the appointment of a finance commission by the governor of the state every 5 years, which has to review the financial position of these institutions and suggest measures to strengthen their financial position. The commission will also review the quantum of aid being given by the state government and the distribution of resources between them. After the passage of the 73rd Constitutional Amendment in 1992, the states were expected to decentralize their authority to the institutions of self-government at the local level. The purpose was to take democracy to the grassroots level so that the people should manage their own affairs at that level. Only the people themselves know what is best for them and what needs to be done. They should be able to do it at their own level. The idea was not only to entrust the people with the power of decision making, but also to give them the authority and capacity of governing themselves. If autonomy was given to the states under our federal constitution, it should be extended further down to the cities, towns, districts and villages. This required reducing the state control over local affairs.